Welcome to the 2021 Golf Summer Series race number 3. Today we're here at the Texas World Speedway for the Buc-ee's 350. For the second time in Golf Summer Series history, we're here at the Lone Star Estate for the first of 2 D-shaped ovals on the regular season schedule. But before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineup. So on the pole we have Jordan Stout in the 11 and Exzel Joe T in the 17, all Pontiac front row here. Row 2, Brittany Carruthers, your current points leader as well as your winner from Armor Digital a couple weeks ago, and Brendan Beal in the 22. Row 3, Kyle Salmon and Random J. Row 4, Dan Matteillo, who won this race last year, and Exzel Texas native Johnny Hernandez. Row 5, Eddie Robertson and Owen Miles. Row 6, John Mcfadden and current Rookie of the Year leader David Johnson. Row 7, It's Movement and Ryan Wilson. Row 8, Matthew Burnett and Exzel Dan McTrini winning for the Spring Showdown at Auto Club, a very similar track to Texas World. Row 9, last week's winner Brad Reim and Nick Stant. Row 10, Herbert Salmon and Richard Herman. Row 11, Kellen Baker and Jordan Forbes. Row 12, Trey Smith and Devin Payment. Row 13, Matthew Hill and Argan Scott. Row 14, Keyshawn Richardson and Jason Albert. Row 15, another Texas native, Hoodwilm and Lipsy. Row 16, Nelson Reeves and Dominic Payment. Row 17, Rain Vela and Ross McTrain. And starting last day is RC Gamer in the 42. And now it is time for the starting command here at Texas World.
Drivers, start your engines!
Let's take a look at the track info here for today's race. So we're going to go 38 laps on this 2-mile long D-shaped oval with 22 degrees of banking in the turns. And as for the weather here in College Station, Texas, 78 degrees Fahrenheit with 10 miles per hour towards the southeast. Definitely a lot more cooler than last year's race, which was ran in July, which had a whopping 96 degrees Fahrenheit, which is still the hottest GSS race on record. Hope everyone's having a good day here so far. I just want to once again thank all the support we've had for the Golf Summer Series this season so far. You guys it really means the world to me, and hopefully we can keep that momentum for the rest of the summer. And here we go, off turn number 4, the pace car comes down pit road. The sellout crowd on their feet here at Texas World as we're under green here in the Buc-ee's 350. A great start for Jordan Stout going into turn number 1 as he pulls away from Joe T in the 17. Eddie Robertson, they're running to get 3 wide with Dan Matteillo and Random J off turn number 2. Now, down the back straightaway, here comes Brittany Carruthers on the inside for the lead, with Kyle Salmon, the 36, right behind him. Into turns 3 and 4, Brittany Carruthers currently with the advantage with the lead. Really clear Jordan Stout, and it looks like he will. But now Kyle Salmon's on the inside of Brittany Carruthers off 4. And coming to the stripe, Brandon Carruthers nearly beats Kyle Salmon to the line. Your points leader leads lap number 1 here at Texas World. But into turn number 1 on lap number 2 now, Kyle Salmon on the inside of Eddie Robertson right behind him. Dan Matteillo once again still in the middle as we're 4 wide towards the middle of the pack. That's Random J and Ryan Wilson in the middle there. Looks like they were able to sort it out. As now into turn number 3, here comes Eddie Robertson for the lead. Salmon tried to block going into turn number 3, but Robinson's right there, so now side by side for the lead. Aiden Robinson, the 1, 3 wide now off turn number 4. Here comes John Mcfadden in 89. Looks like Robertson barely led that time by, But going into turn number 1, here comes John Mcfadden side by side with defending race winner Dan Matteillo right behind him. So far, a good day here for Pontiac. Jordan Stout, of course, won the pole. John Mcfadden currently in the lead. Joe T's been up there in the mix, also started second. And Random J is also up there in the 53. But now into turn number 3, here comes Dan Matteillo on the inside of John Mcfadden with Braden Carruthers right behind him as well. Of course, Matteillo's first ever Summer Series win came in at this race last year, as he will lead lap number 4 of 38. 3 wide once again behind the leaders. Now here comes Owen Miles in the 60, making it 4 wide for second. Braden Carruthers and Joe T nearly touched her going into turn number 1, but Matteillo still holds on with the lead. 3 wide once again behind the leader. Matteillo tries to come down to block Joe T, but is not able to do so, as Joe T's now on the inside now for the lead. Off turn number 4, coming to the stripe, Matteillo will lead lap number 4 of 38, as his former sponsor and number is still a side-by-side of him for the lead going into turn number 1. Into turns 1 and 2, Joe T coming with the advantage. Looks like he will clear Matteillo for the lead. Joe T looking for a good day here at Texas World, came in this race 20th in the point standings. One of our Summer Series rookies, and here comes another one of our Summer Series rookies, and Salmon once again, with David Robinson right behind him. Side by side once again off 4, Owen Miles makes it 3 wide there for second, as Salmon leads lap number 5 of 38. John Mcfadden makes it 4 wide going into turn number 1. This is the second time we've seen that move here today. As that happens, Salmon pulls away once again with the lead, with fellow rookie Aiden Robinson right behind him. Salmon, also another driver looking for a good day here at Texas World, came this race 9th in points, coming off his first ever Golf Summer Series top 10 last week in Mexico City. But in the turn number 4 this time, Aiden Robinson will once again clear the 36 for the lead. Lap number 7 of 38 this time by, as we're on board for number 7 of Ryan Wilson, the Winter Street Stocks champion. Currently Owen Miles, John Mcfadden, and Aiden Robinson are the fastest times here so far. Down the backstretch once again. Around goes Dominic Payment. Nixon goes for a spin. Nargan Scott also goes for a spin. Does Ross McTrain in 35 as well. And I think Hold'em in the 3 also has some damage as well, as the caution will come out for the first time here today at Texas World. And as we come back to the line, Aiden Robertson will lead the field back to the stripe, as they're once again 3 wide for second. And this will continue our streak of the first caution of the race coming out in the first 10 laps. So let's take a look against the replay to see what caused this streak to continue. So just coming off turn number 2 here, Dominic Payment was 4 wide with Ross McTrain, Hold'em, and Nixon. Dominic came up on Ross McTrain and has collected both Hold'em and Nixon. Nowhere for them to go. Nargan Scott also gets collected there too. Lipsy, I believe, in the 9 has a little bit of damage from that as well. And the same could also be said for Nelson Reeves in the 16. On board of Hold'em here in the 3. Yep, absolutely nowhere for him to go. On board with Jason Albert in the 80. And he's did a good job avoiding that. Nearly checked up on the 16 to Nelson Reeves. Meanwhile, lap number 9 of 38. Looks like everyone who was involved in that caution is coming down pit road. Dominic Payment, Nick Sant, Hoodlum, Ross McTrain, and Nargan Scott are the cars down pit road getting repairs. Looks like everyone right now on pit road will continue the rest of this race, albeit they'll be much slower than the rest of the cars on track. Other cars come out here, you can see just how narrow this pit road is. Actually one of the more narrow pit roads in the Golf Summer Series schedule. Looks like Nargan Scott won the race off pit road. As we go back up front, Aiden Robertson currently with the lead, as we're under caution for the first time already here at Texas World. Welcome back to the 2021 Golf Summer Series here from Texas World. We're about to go back green after a multi-car incident in the back straightaway, which involved Hoodwilm, Dominic Payment, Nick Sant, Ross McTrain, and Nargan Scott. All those cars are still on track and will continue this race, as they all went down pit road to get repairs on this caution cycle. Currently a top 3 in this race so far is rookie Aiden Robertson in the 1, current points leader Braden Carruthers in the 4, and Dan Matteillo in the 14, who won this race last year. And of course, all 3 of them are Chevys. Here we go, pace car down pit road. As we're back on the green here at Texas World, lap number 12 of 38. You can see already got cars already pointing on the inside. Owen Miles currently side by side with Matteillo, while Jordan Stout is side by side with Kyle Salmon. Meanwhile, down the back straightaway, here comes Braden Carruthers for the lead, as he's now side by side with Robertson. In the 3, Carruthers gets a huge run off Aiden Robertson. Braden Carruthers back to the lead here at Texas World. Now here comes Owen Miles on the inside, side by side with Carruthers, as they're 3 wide behind him for second. Owen Miles has never won a Golf Summer Series race, so Braden Carruthers has 2 on his name, both coming at super speedways. Miles to the lead as they're 3 wide once again. Miles came this race 23rd in points, got caught up in a late race wreck at Mexico City last weekend. In the 3, here come the Indy cars with Jordan Stout and John Mcfadden on the inside. Meanwhile, Dan Matteillo in the middle, 3 wide with the 89 and 4. Matteillo now open to the outside, as off of turn number 4, Jordan Stout would take the lead away from Owen Miles. Lap number 14 of 38 this time by. Movement once again, making it 4 wide into turn number 1, as everyone right there is quickly able to sort that out. Down the back straightaway, movement once again 4 wide of the field here, with Joe T in the middle. Around goes Joe T in the wall! Aiden Robertson, Braden Carruthers go around. Jordan Forbes, Dan McTrain with damage, Devin Payment as well, as we're under caution once again. And coming to the line is going to be Jordan Stout, who barely edges out his Atlanta Indy teammate to take the lead. And you see the 37 of Dan McTrain down pit road. He has damage. Nargan Scott also involved in that wreck as well. And for the second year in a row, Braden Carruthers will crash out here at Texas World, as we're going to take a look at the instant replay to find out why. So much like our first incident, this was coming off turn number 2 and into the back straightaway. It's like Joe T came up on both Aiden Robertson and Carruthers there. Saw Jordan Forbes in 61 get damage. I believe Brad Reim in the 40 had damage as well. Manfred Burnett among others. On board Braden Carruthers here. Yep, definitely ran out of room. Nowhere to go for him. Yep, Train got some damage there. I think 6-6 also believe Trey Smith has damage. Hoodwilm goes right in between both the 1 and 4. On board Keyshawn Richardson. Looks like he checked up on the 37 of Dan McTrain there. But able to keep the damage at minimum and keeps on going. Meanwhile, we've got more pit stops, and this time everybody's coming down. Jordan Stout, John Mcfadden, the Atlanta Indy car is leading the way, with Kyle Salmon right behind him in the 36. And like I said, this pit road's very, very narrow, so don't be surprised to see some chaos happening here. So we've got some of the cars involved in the wreck. Aiden Robertson, Braden Carruthers, Devin Payment down pit road. Oh, Dan Matteillo makes contact with Devin Payment and Bradley Reim. Major damage on that 14 car. Random J also has some damage to the left side, to the right side there. And now Rain Vale makes contact with Hoodwilm as he comes down pit road. So Lipsy now also goes for a spin on pit road. And Dan McTrain has even more damage on that 37. I think he got some bit of contact as he came out of his pit stall. Good grief, multiple major contenders with damage coming off pit road. As Kyle Salmon actually won the race off pit road, followed by Owen Miles and Jordan Stout as he lost 2 positions there. Meanwhile, let's take a look what happened on pit road, starting with Dan McTrain, who was making his pit stop, coming out of his stall. No contact so far until he hits the 61 of Jordan Forbes. Jesus Christ. Major no hood damage on that 37. Looks like he might be done for the day. As for Lipsy, looks like Joe T, when he came out of his pit stop, hit the 9 of Lipsy. Set them spinning. Pretty minimal damage on the 9 car. And as for Matteillo, was trying to come out of his stall. Did not see Devin Payment trying to come to his stall. I don't think he was in his stall. I don't know what the 88 was doing there. You also saw Richard Herman drive right in to the back bumper of Bradley Reim. Heavy damage to the front of that 95 car. But regardless, major damage to several of your contenders on pit road, as well as this incident that brought on our second caution of the day. Next weekend, the Golf Summer Series heads to the Charlotte Roval for our first crown jewel of the season. They'll be on at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time on this channel. Meanwhile, here at Texas World, Salmon leads the field, with Jordan Stout in second, Owen Miles in third. Currently, the cars out of this race, either by the wreck or the shenanigans on pit road, include Nargan Scott, Braden Carruthers, Dan McTrain, Joe T, Devin Payment, and Dan Matteillo in the 14. And you see Richard Herman also in the 95 with some damage. He was involved in the pit road incident, among others, as we're back on the green here at Texas World. And while you can already see how slow Richard Herman is, he's probably going to hold up at least several other cars throughout the portion of this race, as the rest of the field comes off to number 2 and in the back straightaway. Brendan Beal there side by side of Owen Miles. With Jordan Stout trying to get a run off Salmon into turn number 3. Miles up high, moving now looking for third. And coming out on the line, Salmon will lead yet another lap here, lap number 20 of 38. Salmon's looked really good so far here at Texas World. Meanwhile, here comes Johnny Hernandez, 3 wide for third on the inside. Finished second at this race last year, one of the favorites going into today. Looks like Hernandez will fall back to 6, behind Owen Miles, who's currently the last car inside the top 5. Currently the fastest lap belongs to Keyshawn Richardson alongside RC Gamer in the 42. As Brendan Beal tries to hold off Johnny Hernandez here, lap number 21 of 38 this time by. Here comes Ryan Wilson, the Winter Street Stocks champion, side by side with Hernandez. And there's Jason Albert getting passed by the Summer Series champion of Kellen Baker in the 21. Going into this race, Baker was 17th in points, trying to rebound after wrecking out last week in Mexico City. And rounding off the top 10 is Herbert Solomon in the 67. Keeping this race 22nd in points. Behind him is Trey Smith, currently in 11th position. He came in this race 4th in points. Random J behind him in 12th. So far his best run of the season. First race for that new Simpsons car this year. Jordan Forbes currently in 13th. Was involved a little bit, got a little bit of damage in that second caution, but is still going on strong. RC Game in the 42 and 14th. Trying to not get his 3rd consecutive DNF in the Summer Series. So far, as you saw a little bit earlier, he was one of the fastest cars in the field. So far so good for that 42. And there's some of the Atlanta Indy teammates there. John McFadden currently in 15th, had some damage during that pit road cycle. And Keyshawn Richardson in the 16th, we also see pretty minor damage from that last caution, but they're still keeping up with the rest of the field. Nelson Reeves currently in 17th. Came in this race 3rd in points, having a really mediocre run. Definitely going to drop down in the point standings after this race. Ross McTrain still holding on in 18th, who was involved on a first caution. And same can be said for Nick Stant, currently in 19th. And Matthew Burnett in the 13 rounds off the top 20. Matthew Hill in the 90 getting passed by Rain Vela for the 21st spot. Vela falls down to 22nd. Hoodlum in 23rd. Very rough start to the GSS season so far. And Lipsy in 24th also was involved in the pit road shenanigans earlier. A. Robinson well off the pace in 25th, over 15 seconds behind the leader. Dominic Payman in 55 also well behind the pace. Currently over 19 seconds behind the leader. And another notable driver having issues, David Johnson, the 2, came this race as the Rookie of the Year leader. He also was involved in that last caution. Currently 21 seconds behind the leader. And there's Richard Herman and Brad Reim, both painfully slow. You can see the pack coming right behind him too. The leaders are not too far behind those 2 slow Dodges, as ironically, Brendan Beal, another Dodge, takes the lead. Jason Albert in the 80 car right behind, with Kyle Salmon now on the outside. 3 wide behind him once again. Trey Smith making it 3 wide. As here comes the slow Dodges here. And everyone's going to get slowed down here by Herman. Looks like Brendan Beal will get through. As now here comes his teammate and car owner Bradley Reim in front of him. What's he going to do here? It looks like Bradley, for whatever reason, will hold up his own teammate. As there comes Random J making it 3 wide. With help from RC Gamer in the 42. Meanwhile, Jason Albert led that lap number 27 to 38. About 12 laps to go here at Texas World. Herbert Solomon in second and Random J up to third. As we got another lap card, I believe that's David Johnson, the 2. Looks like we're going to catch him very shortly here. As now here comes Herbert Solomon on the outside for the lead. But the inside is the place to be here at Texas World. As we got issues for Kyle Salmon, the 36. He's coming down pit road. And last time by, Salmon was in the 9th position. He had one of the best cars all day. He led a so far race record of 10 laps. Getting reports that is a vibration on the right side of that car. Such a shame for Kyle Salmon, who's trying to look for his first ever Golf Summer Series win. I was going to crank it up here at Texas World. Lap number 34 of 38, 5 laps to go here at Texas World. Brendan Beal currently leads the field as we approach yet another lap car. Of course, the last time before cranking it up, Brendan Beal got held up by his own teammate, Reim. Now, let's see what happens to Aiden Robertson and these leaders. Here comes Owen Miles on the inside off turn number 4. Robertson going to get 3 wide. As now Robinson's going to hold up Salmon there in the 67. As well, I think Trey Smith in the 66. Random J trying to get past 3. He's going to split it right in the middle. Nearly makes contact with Robertson there. Meanwhile, back up front, you saw a glimpse of the slow dodges once again of Herman and Reim. There's going to be deja vu for especially the 22 as he tries to avoid what happened last time as he got held up by his own teammate. On board with Owen Miles coming under 3 laps to go as the leaders once again inch closer and closer to the slow dodges ahead. Down the backstretch, here are the dodges. We're going to do to the leaders this time. Looks like Beal and Miles are going to swap up here as into turn number 3. Here comes movement on the outside of the track as he rockets past by the leaders 3 wide off turn number 4. And movement's also going to get past by Bradley Reim down the front stretch, coming down to 2 laps to go. Movement to the lead here at Texas World. It looks like Brendan Beal and Owen Miles, they get passed by. Jordan Stout in 3rd with Trey Smith in the 66 and 4th. Off turn number 2 in the back straightaway, Beal gets a great runoff movement. Jordan Stout also right there behind him. Owen Miles on the outside, side by side with his teammate Trey Smith. And off turn number 4 is movement. We'll see the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Texas World. Movement trying to get his first ever Golf Summer Series win, but there's still a little less than 2 miles left to go. Into turn number 1, Stout side by side with Beal for the 2nd position. Brendan Beal last time by was less than 0.2 of a second behind movement. But down the backstretch into turn number 3 for the final time. Time is running out for anyone to make a move on movement. And off turn number 4 for the final time is movement. We'll see the checkered flag for the first time in his Golf Summer Series career. Movement's the winner here at Texas World. Congratulations to It's Movement and Albert Motorsports. They're your winners here today at Texas World. Definitely a great performance for Albert Motorsports all around, with their car owner Jason Albert also getting a 6th place finish. And this is also their 2nd straight win here at Texas World, as Dane Matteillo won this race last year, as previously mentioned. But now let's take a look at the finishing results and point standings after this race. So here we go. It's Movement finishes first for his first ever Golf Summer Series win. He previously drove for Atlanta Motorsports last season, failed to win with that team. But in just his 3rd race with Albert Motorsports, ends up winning, so kudos to that team. Finishing 2nd is Brendan Beal in the 22, 2nd straight race. A Railfan Motorsports car has finished inside the top 3, so kudos to that. Finishing 3rd for the 2nd week in a row is Jordan Stout in the 11. Good day for Pontiac all around, as a lot of their cars were up towards the front until a lot of the wrecks happened. Finishing 4th is the 66 of Trey Smith, who is actually the only driver in the Summer Series to finish inside the top 10 in every single race so far in 2021, so kudos to that. And rounding off the top 5 is his Dracone Racing teammate and team owner, Owen Miles in the 60. As I mentioned, finishing 6th is Jason Albert. Good rebound for that 80 team this week after running into Joe T last week at Mexico City. Herbert Salmon finishes 7th for his first top 10 finish of the year. Finishing 8th is RC Gamer in the 42, for once not DNFing, so definitely a good run for that 42 team here today. Ryan Wilson finishes 9th, good run for that 7 team. And rounding off the top 10 is Jordan Forbes in the 61 for his first ever top 10 finish here in the GSS. And now for the point standings after race number 3. And I'm going to see a lot of things has changed here, with Trey Smith now taking over the points lead with 112 points. As I mentioned, he's the only driver to finish inside the top 10 in every single race here in the Golf Summer Series so far. So kudos to that 66 team for being very, very consistent here in the beginning of the season. Jason Albert back up to 2nd in points, spawned by 6. He's also another driver who's been very, very consistent here in the beginning of the season. Jordan Stout behind by 7, up to 3rd in points. Currently the highest Pontiac in points, so Pontiac's having a pretty decent start to the GSS season so far. Behind him is Nelson Reeves in 4th. He's going to take over the Rookie of the Year point standings over David Johnson. We're behind the points lead by 8. Speaking of David Johnson, he's down to 5th in points by 13. It's movement up to 6th in points by 16. Rain Vela behind by 18 and 7th. Braden Carruthers falls all the way down to 8th, behind by 19. And to run off the top 10, I got a couple of Atlanta Indy teammates here. Keyshawn Richardson in 9th in points, behind by 21. And John McFadden back up inside the top 10 in points, behind by 22. So 3 out of the 4 Atlanta Motorsport cars inside the top 10 in points. So next up is our first crown jewel of the season at the Charlotte Roval for the Bank of America Roval 300. That'll be on a show next Saturday, May 29th at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. There's also, as I mentioned, you're also going to see some patriotic paint schemes in this race since it's near Memorial Day. So definitely one you do not want to miss. But anyways, y'all, thank you guys for watching this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time.